Hi, angels. Welcome to the Earth Angel Tarot. I'm the Earth Angel, and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading. And today's topic is, what is your reputation? So the people who know you, the people around you, what is your reputation with them? So I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead, take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose the first pile, then this is your reading on what is your reputation with the people you know, the people around you. What's your reputation? So I'm definitely seeing that you may have some people in their feelings. However, I'm seeing a lot of respect here and still a lot of love for you. So I'm getting the sense, whatever this kind of 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands energy is, like a little bit of this conflict energy, I'm seeing that if anybody is in like a conflict energy with you when it comes to your reputation, they're really feeling like it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So what I'm getting is people see that there may be people around you who are like stressed by you or have like conflict energy with you, but it seems to come from a place of kind of like jealousy or even like self-judgment here. Because the reputation that you have is that you're a very happy person, a very loving person, a very knowledgeable person, a person with good judgment. And for a lot of people, this may kind of get them a little bit in their feelings. I'm getting the sense that with the 8 of Cups, you're definitely known as someone who's willing to walk away from conflicting situations with the world and the 8 of Cups. And whenever you do walk away from situations, you seem a lot happier and a lot more content. So your reputation is someone who has really good boundaries. Someone who can deal with conflict and kind of deal with stressful situations in a really thoughtful way. And that typically when you walk away from a situation or walk away from people, you end up a lot happier for it. Your reputation is also someone who's very loved, very like cared for. And a lot of people like want to reconnect with you if they end up disconnecting with you. I'm just getting like the reputation of somebody who kind of takes the happiness with them wherever they go. Someone with good judgment, but also someone, once again, who can just call judgment on like conflicting situations or conflicting people. You're definitely known as someone who doesn't deal with toxicity. Someone very confident. Someone very healing too, though. You're really, really known as somebody who, like, past people or people who you've separated from really, really want to reconnect with the Judgment, the 6 of Cups, and the World here. You're also known as someone who attracts a lot of love, but at the same time, a lot of people feel like they don't quite have enough to either, like, be on your vibration or reach your level. You're definitely known as somebody who can walk away from a situation, but things always work out for you in the end. Yeah, really, really strong energy of just being known as someone who will walk away from a situation that doesn't make you happy or doesn't fulfill you here. I'm curious, I'm looking at this 5 of Wands and the 6 of Cups, and I'm kind of looking at the picture on the 6 of Cups here. And I was really drawn to this little mermaid, like, listening into the cup here. Oh, this is interesting, Pal One. So if this is resonating for you, you might also have the reputation as someone who is like aware of conflict that goes on or knows that people may kind of have like a jealous, combative energy with you, but you just like don't mind, or you can handle it really well, like you don't care. I feel like for a lot of you, you might be kind of a hot topic and you know this, but you're just like really good at juggling it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 9 of Cups on top here. And the Lovers on the bottom. Okay, you're definitely known as somebody who a lot of people kind of have like a secret desire to be with or really want to be with. This doesn't even necessarily have to be secret. Pawan, I think you're definitely known as somebody who a lot of people like have attraction to and a lot of people see as wish fulfillment. Ooh, the High Priestess. Some of you have a reputation of being very, very powerful, of being able to manifest whatever you want, of being able to achieve whatever you want. Wow, someone very attractive. You're definitely known as someone very attractive. With the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, though, I definitely... Okay, there is a little bit of I want to say intimidation, but almost like a little bit of like a fear factor here with this Nine of Swords and the High Priestess. Definitely a very strong kind of like magical energy. People may have seen sort of like bad things happen to people who've gone on your bad side. And so I definitely think that there's a little bit of like a don't mess with pile one kind of energy. But what's really funny is your energy is quite light, quite like kind of self-focused. So you kind of just seem to do your own thing. You're kind, you're friendly, you seem happy. Pile one, you're also known as someone who doesn't acknowledge when karma kind of hits your enemies, I'm getting. And these might be hidden enemies that you don't even know about. But people definitely question whether or not you're like responsible if someone's like having some sort of bad consequences for doing bad things to you or being in a combative energy. Some people might speculate that you might be a little bit witchy or a little bit like magical here, or just like very protected divinely. Four of Swords. Yeah, you're definitely not afraid to put something to rest here. Eight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. Eight of Swords. Let me put these out so I can see them. Eight of Swords, Seven of Cups. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles. You're seen as someone with a lot of options. You're seen as someone who can get yourself out of any situation. So I'm looking at this Eight of Swords and you see how this mermaid is kind of like tied up here. It's giving me like a Houdini energy. Oh, you're kind of seen as like a Houdini energy. Oh, this is interesting. So, Pawan, you have a reputation of, because you have such a really like strong kind of enviable energy, I think a lot of people can kind of get into sort of like a combative energy, kind of like want to go against you just because they're like sort of, it is giving a bit of a jealous energy. But I feel like people are seeing so much progress on your end and seeing a lot of people who try to go against you really kind of going through it right now. It's almost giving me like a Houdini energy. I'm almost feeling like people might know you as someone who will just kind of have like a lot of people like go against you for no reason. I mean, like, I'm seeing the reason. You're very good looking. You have a lot of like really nice qualities. You seem really happy. You seem like you have a great life. A lot of people really like you. And so typically when you're someone who just has a lot of really good qualities and a lot of people really like you, there's always going to be those people who want to go against you just out of jealousy here. That is what I'm getting. But I think that you're doing so well in comparison to whoever these people are. There might have even been like quite a few people who are like jealous and kind of trying to like be combative in subtle ways. But they're kind of seeing how you were able to kind of make a great escape here. Look at this Four of Swords too. Like, I'm looking at like, I'm almost seeing this as you kind of like encased in ice here, right? With all these swords kind of protecting you. And these might have been all the people who are kind of like watching you. But they can't reach you. They can't touch you here. And it almost seems like you're able to overcome this without even trying. Ooh, okay, Pile One. So let's see if we can get anything else. Yeah, you seem very, very stable. So you're known as someone very stable as well. Like, you're known as someone who gets what you want. You are definitely like a very strong energy. You're really just able to combat like whatever. Like, you're just not afraid. Even if you're known as someone who's just not afraid to like stand up for yourself or kind of speak your mind, even in the face of others who maybe seem like they have more or have more influence. Like, you're just really good at holding your own in any situation. Let's see. Ooh, a lot of cards came out. We've got the Chariot. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, very stable, very fast moving, really able to multiply whatever resources you have as well. So it's like whatever you have to work with, you're always able to turn it into so much more. Someone very steadfast. You're definitely known as someone who, if someone is like not in your favor anymore, if someone's not able to collaborate with you anymore, number one, you kind of separate for good reason. Yeah, and the 7 to the 3 is 10 in reverse. There's definitely some people that you've walked away from, you know, for your own stability, your own happiness, and it worked out really well for you. It definitely lightened up your energy. But these people are like in a really bad state with the Tower. So you're known as someone who, when you walk away from someone, when you disconnect from someone, it usually turns out a lot worse for them. Yeah. The Moon, very mysterious. You're definitely known as someone very mysterious and powerful. 4 of Wands. So it's like people make good assumptions, but at the same time, like there is a lot of mystery around your life. Yeah, and people definitely do wonder why that is. So you're known as someone who keeps your cards close to your chest. Yeah, 7 of Wands. But people understand why. Yeah, the Magician. Really, really powerful kind of mystical energy here. You're definitely known as someone mystical. Yeah. Someone very stable, very abundant. You might even be known as someone who, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you've been in life, you've been able to manifest a very abundant life for yourself. Wow. So I do just have to say, especially if you're leaning into this sort of like more powerful energy, sort of a dominant, powerful energy, if you're really leaning into that, I have to say there's a little element of fear here, only because if this is going to resonate for you, Pile 2, you're not going to be surprised by this. Only because people see you so abundantly and so powerfully, there's definitely a bit of fear here. But if this is your pile, like, this makes sense to you. Like, I feel like you sort of, whoa, yeah, you sort of cultivate that. You're like a truth teller, a truth speaker. I feel like you make the right people kind of afraid, but it's giving me that energy of, you know, when they say that with royalty, you can either be loved or you can be hated, but if you can't have both, or loved or feared, you can either be loved or you can be feared. You don't want to be hated if you're in a position of power, but you can either be loved or feared, but if you can't be both, you'd rather be feared. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. But at the same time, yeah. But at the same time, it's like you also seem very, very abundant, and you seem like whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on is working really well for you. Wow, 4 of Cups to the 4 of Wands. You can either be my friend or my enemy. But if you're my enemy, it's not going to go well for you. Knight of Wands, King of Swords, and the Justice. Very fiery here. I don't think this is going to be for everyone, but if this is resonating for you, whatever you're doing is working. I am seeing that money manifestations, if you're doing that, it's going great. Anything you're working on, anything you're doing to build your abundance and your stability, keep going, it's working. And if you're kind of trying to cultivate this energy of being fair, being powerful, being smart, being attractive, but at the same time being like, you know, if I can't be loved, then I'll be feared. It's working. It's definitely working. I'm seeing a lot of respect here. Yeah, 2 of Swords in reverse here with the Justice. For some of you, with this 2 of Swords in reverse and the Justice and the Strength, for some of you, you may be trying to change the world, your environment, your circumstances, and there may be some things in your life where you face some resistance here, or you face like some barriers, glass ceilings, things like that. People are seeing that you are not afraid to break a stalemate. So if someone's like, no, Pile 1, like, I'm going to stop you, or no, Pile 1, I'm going to limit your potential or what you've achieved, people know that you are not afraid of a fight and that you'll win. There's definitely some metaphysical energy here. So for some of you, you definitely are tapped in with God. You're definitely manifesting very strongly here. If this is your Pile 1, people definitely think that you have some sort of spiritual gifts that are aiding you in this journey, in this quest towards reaching your full potential and tearing down any walls that are stopping you, tearing down any barriers that are put in front of you. You know, for some of you, you could be part of like either a minority or like an oppressed group, whether it's a person of color, women, someone with a disability, someone from a poor region, stuff like that. someone of a different orientation. But you just really seem like you have your vision of the world. You want to help bring that into reality. And if someone tries to stop you, you're just going to get them out of your way, basically. Wow. But this is what's really crazy. If this is your pile one, is people absolutely recognize, like, people recognize an extreme amount of power in you. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, the way that you present yourself a good amount of the time is so balanced, fun, loving, fresh, light. You have a youthful energy. It's kind of freaking people out. Wow. And like in the face of adversity, you're just able to balance this so well in such like a calm way. And I have to say, I can see how this would resonate for people, especially with the state of the world and everything going on. I think a lot of people are becoming very, very empowered, especially when it comes to trying to change the world in like a positive way. And a lot of people are really just kind of pulling no punches when it comes to expressing their beliefs, speaking truth to power. A lot of people, especially too, who've been disempowered for a very long time, really building that confidence and just saying, no, I'm not going to stand for poor treatment. I'm not going to stand for unfairness. I'm not going to be limited because of my color or my gender or where I come from. And I don't care. Like, I'm just going to fight for what I believe in. So you have that element to you. But at the same time, people still see you having fun and living life and enjoying yourself, making friends, you know. There's an incredible balance here with this kind of energy. You know, why am I gonna like all powerful? I don't know. Some of you are really projecting a very, very powerful energy. But at the same time, being open to connections and open to new things and having fun and being light and laughing and finding joy. Wow, 10 of Swords. With the 6 of Wands and the Hermit. So this is what I'll close out with for you, pile one. Very strong energy. This is very strong energy so far. For some of you, I think, how should I say this? For some of you, I think you're quite good people. You know, you have a good heart. But you also kind of see how the world works. I think a lot of you have accepted how the world works. And you really celebrate your wins and your victories. But I also think that you do celebrate your enemy's defeats. I'm going to be honest, like, people have seen this. I think you've kind of come to a place of enlightenment where you've just learned how to return the energy of whoever you're dealing with. For some of you, I think this is really resonating for me, especially for people who've come from any sort of group where they've been disempowered and people have been kind of used to sort of a quietness maybe from someone like you, or just kind of accepting things for the way that they are, and you're not doing that anymore. This could even just be interpersonally, where some of you maybe were a little bit quieter and now you're just really kind of speaking your mind. And this is really kind of rocking some people's worlds here. Wow. Some of you are really embracing the karmic wheel and really embracing just mirroring the energy of whoever you're dealing with. So especially if you're the kind of person where, you know, you've experienced a lot of hardships in your life and you're just kind of like, well, that's the way the world is, and you're not doing that anymore. You're saying, you know what, no, I'm actually going to change the world. I'm actually going to manifest changes so that the world is a better place. People are 100% seeing this, and people are seeing your victories. People see you as someone very victorious, very fiery, very confident, very powerful, pile one. Just someone very powerful, but at the same time, someone very much dedicated to their own joy and happiness and still finding lightness, you know, and someone who can have fun and make friends and joke around. But when the rubber hits the road, when things get serious, you are very serious. And I'm not going to lie, pile one, if you're still listening and this is your pile, people also definitely think that you are supernatural somehow. I'm not gonna lie, like, people definitely think you may have some some really powerful spiritual gifts and some really powerful spiritual knowledge. It's very intimidating for people who are, like, you know, quote unquote against you. But for the people who support you and for the people who are aligned with you, they're really, really happy to have you on their team, on their side here. Yeah, very, very powerful spiritual energy here. People know you're super protected, but also people know that you're gonna win, like in whatever this is. Wow, the Emperor. Some of you are really like coming into this Emperor energy, no matter what your gender is. Also, I'm gonna say too, if you're close with God and you talk about that, people know you're the real deal. Wow. That's what I have for you, pile one. Really, really powerful energy. I might put a little disclaimer in the piles just because this is definitely going to be for kind of the fighters for justice kind of people. But if that's what you're doing, your message is being heard loud and clear. And people on both sides are seeing you for exactly who you really are. Wow. That's what I have for you, pile one. I do hope it resonated. I do hope it was helpful. Really, really amazing energy. So we can kind of tap into this energy again later and see how things progress. But thank you so much for watching. Wonderful, very powerful energy to tap into. Thank you so much. And until I see you next time, stay safe and God bless. Hi, pile two. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading on what is your reputation, the people around you, the people who know you. What is your reputation? So right away, I'm getting someone who is really, really stable. Someone who takes their abundance and their work and their projects very, very seriously. A really strong manifester. So people definitely feel like, you know, if you have a job to do, if you have something you're setting out to do, you get it done. I also see that you are known as someone who can maybe attract people who are in kind of like a negative energy or who want to kind of be combative with you. With the, oh my gosh, to the Five of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. That's so funny. Pile two, you're known as someone who, if someone's like trying to like fight with you or be like a bully or something, I don't know if y'all know this reference. It's giving like poor little tink tink, like you want to fight with me. It's giving that kind of energy. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like you're so focused on your money, your work, everything that you're working on. It's going so well for you that you just really kind of don't pay attention to like devil energies. You're just like, I'd rather focus on what I'm working on. Like, this is just kind of small peanuts to me. Yeah, someone really, really strong. Someone very magical, very powerful. Someone very effective. But someone who likes to learn, someone who likes to grow. Someone who's always open to learning new things. Someone very knowledgeable as well, too, and who, like, gives lots of good information and good, like, pieces of advice. You notice someone who gives a lot of good advice? I'm gonna be honest, pile two, you're definitely known as someone who's really, really focused on like your work and your money and your abundance and everything that you're working on. Like, that's just really all you really have time for. So some of you could kind of be known as a workaholic. But like, people see that it's working out really well for you. I feel like people admire this a lot. You're a very good communicator as well, too. You're very fair. Definitely attractive as well, too. Like, you get a lot of attention. Ooh, yeah. You're definitely known as someone who gets a lot of attention with the Page of Wands to the Devil. Like, some people could definitely obsess over you, but you, once again, just kind of seem so focused on, like, the things that are important to you and not necessarily other people. I want to get some clarification for some of these. Let's see what's on the top of the deck. We got the Four of Swords. Yeah. Four of Swords and the Fool. Exactly. So I just feel like you're definitely known as someone who just doesn't like care about like drama, fighting, petty stuff. You're just like so focused on the abundance and stability you're building for yourself and like the important things. Yeah, but you still have fun with the Fool. Ooh, and the High Priestess. So we got the Magician and the High Priestess. Definitely getting a really, really strong kind of commentary and idea about your manifestation and the power of your manifestation. That's so funny. I just said you're like super focused on work. You're super like focused on like your abundance. We got the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. So like you're that's just what you're known for. It's just like, I'm here to make my dreams come true. Like, achieve my goals, get my work done. Wow, the 9 of Cups. Let's see, 4 of Cups and the Page of Cups. That's so funny. I like this pile too. I like this a lot. Okay. So, as I said, your reputation, you're known as like a very, very hard worker, but at the same time, like, it's not giving me someone who like is even necessarily putting in the work for like other people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you could work for like someone else, but I feel like people see you as someone who works hard to fulfill yourself, fulfill the things that you want. Some of you could really, really want to like travel. Oh yeah, I'm getting a really, really strong travel. Also, your reputation could just be someone who like does travel a lot, or someone who wants to travel a lot, and people think you're going to be able to do that and do like everything that you want to do when it comes to that. But I'm also getting with the 4 of Cups and the Page of Cups and the 8 of Cups. It kind of made me laugh. I feel like, no offense, I just feel like you're very, very mature and so focused on what you want to do for your life, which I think is the right call for you. Like, definitely continue on that path. But people definitely see you as someone who, if something's not in alignment with you, or if you'd just rather be doing something else, or something's just not pleasing to you, you're just like, no, I'm good, thank you, but like, I gotta go. Like, no, thank you. You'll definitely turn down collaborations as well, too. Wow, yeah, you're definitely known as someone very attractive and someone who's a lot... I can't even talk. People get nervous around you, and people know this. Like, you're known as someone who kind of gets people tripped up. Ooh, with the Hermit. Yeah, and I don't want to the Hermit. You're very much just kind of like really putting all of your energy into what you want. Not what Tom, Dick, and Harry want, but like what you want. Like, you have a very clear vision of your life, what makes you happy, what you want to see manifest, and that's really all you have time for, is what people think. I mean, at the same time, like, I feel like your friends and family and people who are close to you, people you work with, like, they feel like you're really good and balanced in terms of, like, you know, being there for people and stuff like that, but you just, like, do not overgive or do not overextend yourself. Like, so much of your energy is just going towards what you want to achieve. You also could be known as someone who likes their alone time and really gets like good and recharged from their alone time. But people are sad when they can't like collaborate with you or spend time with you. Oh man. Okay, collaborate you. Yeah. Okay. So, I said that for a reason. 5 of Cups to the 3 of Pentacles to the Empress. You definitely could have some people who, and once again, I'm seeing so many positive qualities for you, Pile 2, that I'm seeing some people who are a little bit in their feelings and feeling a little bit like inadequate compared to you, because I'm seeing someone who's also really attractive, doing really well, and making a lot of progress. And so these people might even be trying to like link up to like, I don't know, send you bad energy or like slow you down or something, and it's just not working. The Moon. Oh my gosh, yeah. You're really, really known as someone super abundant. Like, your reputation is just someone super abundant and stable. Wow. Someone very truthful. You're like the truth. But you have a mystery to you, and you definitely like don't share all your information. So you're also known as someone who nobody really knows. Like, I'm just hearing how deep your pockets go. Like, nobody really knows. There are definitely some people in their feelings about this. It's like more immature energies. You're definitely someone who, I'm not gonna lie, people do like wonder how much money you have, how much money you make. What is this energy? I'm just like splitting the deck and I'm getting all these like negative cards all of a sudden, but it doesn't feel like it's for you. Like, there's definitely some people who, you do have some pocket watchers. I'm not gonna lie, Pile 2. And there's like giving kind of like hater energy. Like, there's definitely some people who want to get in your business. There are definitely a lot of people who think that like you're doing better than them. Let me see, what's that all about? Thank you. Oh, okay. So I think it's because, once again, you come off as someone very abundant, very stable, and who's doing really, really well. You get a lot of attention here. And like with the Empress, like, you're just seen really, really positively. Like, you have a lot of admirable traits. And there might be some people who are in kind of like a lower vibration who feel like you might be like a little judgmental towards them. I'm getting that you don't really like, it's not even anything you say. Look at this. So I don't even get the sense that you are that judgmental. It's literally just because you're in like a victorious energy so much of the time. And because you're mysterious. Some of you might even like be kind of like hard to read. And so people are like, oh, I bet Pile 2 thinks like we're not as good as them or something like that. But at the same time, like if you ever do communicate with people, like you're just nice and like wholesome. I'm getting like a wholesome energy too. Like you're known as someone very wholesome. Like when you actually do communicate with people. So people never actually have anything to back up this sort of like judgmental claim. You're just really known as someone who a lot of people like want to get close to. Oh, King of Pentacles is the Queen of Pentacles. Also, if any of you are in a relationship or connecting with someone or we're connecting with someone, you're known as just like a great asset, like in a romantic sense. You're definitely known as someone who can build like a happy home or like maintain a happy home here too. I'm not gonna lie, Pile 2, there's definitely some people who know you as someone who, a lot of people want to like knock you off your A game, but they just fail like every time. So like you have like a very nice sort of like pristine energy here. Wholesome, really hardworking, really stable, very attractive. And I think people are just kind of like trying to find flaws, but they're just kind of like failing. Yeah, Temperance. That's so funny. The Justice and the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. Oh my gosh. There's definitely some... I'm sorry. There are some low vibrational energies out here who are like salty and pressed. So, I'm not gonna lie. I'm channeling some like low vibrational energies around you. And like I said, energy is usually like a seesaw. You know, it's usually like the Justice. Balance the scales, right? And so I think because you genuinely are actually quite a wholesome and hardworking person, there has to sort of be like, there's like a well of kind of empty energy on the lower vibrational side for you. So like I said, if you imagine it as a scale, you're such like a wholesome and hardworking person that the lower vibrational side is just going like lower and lower and lower, right? And so something has to exist there, or so a lot of people think. And so there are some low vibrational people around you who genuinely think like it would be fair if there's some like big negative secret in your life. You know what I mean? Like it's not fair that you are as great as you appear to be. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. It's just giving people also too whose lives are probably really, really terrible. And so they're like hoping that there's some like big horrible thing in your life. And I'm getting like most people, your life is probably not perfect. You probably have your own challenges. But like, oh my gosh, I'm just not getting that like there's really anything that bad here. Like I just feel like you are who you say you are. Wow. There are definitely some low vibrational people who would like for things to not be as good for you. But I get the sense that God is like protecting you. And so like all of us, we have our struggles, we have our challenges, but I just don't think that God is ever going to give you anything that you like can't handle. Like there's just no reason. I think you're definitely known as somebody who has haters for no reason. Like I feel like 99% of the people who know you just see you as someone who's like genuinely like a hardworking, humble person who is victorious for like good reasons. You know, you've earned your victory. But they also know that there's some haters around you who are just like haters just because they're like, Pile 2 thinks they're so perfect. Like it's giving that. But I don't even get that that's the case. No, it's just because they're jealous of like your money or like the money they think you have. But I see that you work hard for what you have. Look at you. Oh, I love you, Pile 2. I love this energy. So don't be worried about this. The only reason it's coming up in your reputation is because so many people know that you have haters for no reason. Yeah, most people are just like this with you. In fact, there are definitely quite a few people around you who are like tired of people treating you this way. You know what I mean? And I see that there's actually people around you who are like, that's why I'm getting this really strongly. You have a good reputation, and people are making sure that people know your good reputation. Yeah. Like, if there's anyone who's trying to, like, be dishonest or trying to, like, misconstrue who you are, there are a lot of people who are like, no. Especially people you know. It's like friends, family, coworkers. People really go to bat for you, pile 2. People are like, no, I know pile 2. They're a good person. They're a hard worker. Like, I really like them. They're the real deal. Like, people really, really go hard for you. Heck yeah. Duh. So if there was anyone trying to, like, stop you or kind of change the way that people see you or try to, like, just make people see you in a way that doesn't reflect who you really are, I see that people are, like, putting a stop to that. So I think that's why that's coming out in this reputation reading as well, too. Is if there's anybody who's trying to tarnish, because you've worked hard to build a good reputation, if there's anyone trying to tarnish your reputation, I see that people are really going to bat for you. And saying, like, no. Like, I know pile 2. They are who they say they are. Oh, I love this. Yeah, so many people have so much love for you. And so that's your reputation. You are who you say you are. Somewhat incredibly abundant. There's so many pentacles out here. Like, pile 2. If you don't feel like you're super abundant financially, keep working hard and keep doing what you're doing. Because you're going to be, like, some of you are going to be rich. Like, I'm not joking. Like, especially if you're in this energy of being very abundant and very stable, like, keep going. You're absolutely going to have a lot of financial abundance here. People know that. People see that. People are rooting for you in that regard as well, too. But people also have a lot of love for you. And that's your reputation, is that you're very loved, but for good reason. I feel like you're someone who is respectful. You are kind. You're no nonsense, though, because I think you're really, really focused on making sure that you're good and that you achieve what you want to achieve. And you just don't have time for anything else. Wow, and I love that. And we got the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups. So yeah, you're just known as somebody who attracts a lot of love, someone who's very loving. I get the sense that a lot of you are very, very kind and, you know, generous. You know, you've got good manners, and people know that about you. I feel like you have a very solid reputation, and I feel like it's something that you've built up over time. I feel like you've built it with consistency and, you know, showing up for people and making good decisions. And now you're really kind of reaping the rewards from that. And I feel like for everyone around you, you've been consistent for so long that people just don't deal with it if someone's trying to, like, you know, tarnish your reputation or say things that aren't true about you. Awesome. I love that. Beautiful, solid, gorgeous energy, pile 2. Keep up the good work. Keep working hard. You know, stay true to who you are, because I see that you're just going to continue to achieve more and more success here. It's looking really beautiful. So that's what I have for you, pile 2. I do hope it resonated. If it didn't, that's okay. You can check out one of the other piles, one of my other readings, or you can book a personal with me. All right. Thank you so much, pile 2. Wonderful energy that I got to tap into today. Keep up the good work. All right. So I will see you again next time. Stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on what your reputation is. What's your reputation with the people around you? What's your reputation with people? So I do just have to say before we get started, pile 3, typically there is like one deck per reading that just really kind of like has me shook. This is definitely that pile. I don't know if you see this. We have the King of Wands to the Queen of Wands and the Emperor to the Empress. Really, really nice spread for you, but we're gonna have to dive into this because your reputation, you're one of a kind, like truly, and I think you're like very, very powerful to a lot of people around you. You have a lot of people around you like really shook, pile 3, in a really nice way. So let's just get to your reputation. So someone extremely attractive. I'm not gonna lie, when I say, you know, extremely attractive, if you're like, I'm not extremely attractive, this isn't your pile. I'm sorry. But if you're like, yeah, people think I'm pretty attractive, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Emperor, Empress, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, you're like really, really, really good looking, and that's like the first thing that kind of pops out in my mind. I also see, though, this is crazy. Sorry, pile 3. This pile is actually kind of crazy. You're known as someone who's a very, very hard worker, someone loving, someone determined, someone fun to be around. Someone who doesn't quit or like give up. Like, you're very persistent. Like, you just accomplish whatever you set out to accomplish. Someone who, if you ever like take an L, or like you ever do have like hard times, you immediately channel that into just like hard work. So people may have seen you like have like maybe like a hard time like once. I don't know. Some of you definitely don't show like if you have hardships, but maybe someone might have seen like kind of a small little hardship for you one time, and you immediately channeled that into just like working really hard and like succeeding. Like, you don't give up. Someone very enlightened, someone very intelligent you're known for. This is kind of specific, but you also might be known to like be able to hold your drink really well. Like, for some of you, you're like good drinkers, I'm gonna be honest. But we have two pairs here, the King and Queen of Wands and the Emperor and the Empress. So I'm gonna be honest, pile 3, you're known as someone who a lot of people see you as like their ideal partner with the 9 of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely known as someone where people will say like, you know, oh, so-and-so thinks pile 3 would be the best partner ever, or I bet like they're the best in bed, or, you know, I would love to get to like, that's my like person, you know, that's my crush. You're definitely known as like a lot of people's crushes. And with the Emperor and the Empress, you're definitely known as someone too, like a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, wish they could marry. I feel like so many people are so intimidated by you. Some of you might already have a partner, or people might think you have a partner, or just like really intimidated. I'm gonna be honest, pile 3. You're also known as someone who tempts a lot of people who are already committed. Pile 3, I hope you know what tarot cards mean, because look at this spread. Like, this is the wild reputation to have. But like, not bad. It's like, I see that you as a person, and how people see you as a person, is a very good person. Hardworking, honest, stable, passionate. Like, there's nothing bad here at all. I mean, there's a little 5 of Cups, but I think that people just also recognize that like you're a human being, you know, and you have your own challenges and stuff too, but you always like tackle them really, really well. So people, there's no 3s or anything here. So I'm not seeing any like indication that people think that you would like try to steal someone's partner. People just think that people's partners wish that they could be with you, like really strongly. Yeah, I'm just getting, you are definitely known as like a big temptation. But you're just kind of like working hard, doing your thing. So you're like a very serious person as well too. Like, you have fun and stuff, but I feel like people also see you as someone who's like serious. Like, you don't try to be this way, you just are. Some of you, yeah, it's like, I don't even get that. Some of you might be a little bit more even modest with the way that you dress, or like, you know how attractive you are, so you try not to like play it up too much, but it's just like, you can't hide it. It's like your energy, your looks. Yeah, with the 9 of Wands, with the Death in reverse. Oh my gosh, pile 3. Okay, this is like kind of reputation, but I'm just gonna be honest. There's a lot of people who are like, feel like they're holding on by a thread when it comes to like not trying to have something with you or like do something with you. I'm seeing people are hugely intimidated by you. So that's your reputation as well too. It was like, people are really, really intimidated by you. People definitely think that you would totally just like reject them. Because I'm getting like, people really see you as like, there are not even words to describe how attractive people think you are. I don't know what's going on here, pile 3. Man. Wow. I had the Lovers and this Ace of Swords and the Temperance. A lot of people definitely think you would just cut them down if they tried to like approach you, and that, oh my gosh. Pile 3. Oh, pile 3. But look, okay. So I think who you actually are, you're someone who maybe likes to spend your time alone. You know, you're a very introspective person. you have a really beautiful energy inside. And this comes out to people too. So I think this reputation is based on kind of very much your looks, and then also to how kind of other people feel about you. But when people actually get to know you, your reputation is this. So I'm getting almost like two reputations. The reputation of how people are with you and feel about you, and then the reputation based on how they know you. They see you as somebody very loving, very kind, very honest, very enlightened, hardworking, gentle. There's a gentle energy to you. And so what I'm seeing is especially if these are people who are just starting to get to know you, or if you've like changed, or if you've had some sort of glow up, people are seeing that there's this sort of very extreme reputation. It's not bad, it's just extreme. Like I'm seeing someone who's just like hot, and like people are like, pile 3 is so hot, like, you know what I mean, with all the connotations that come along with that. But there are definitely people around you who know you and who like are trying to be like, hey, like pile 3 is actually a really good person. Especially if people are like, oh, pile 3 like is tempting all these men or all these women. Like people are like, pile 3 is not really like that. Like they can't help. Some of you, I'm not gonna like, people are like, it's such a sweet, gentle energy. There are definitely some people who are saying like, pile 3 is not like that, or pile 3 wouldn't do that. It's not pile 3's fault they're so hot. Someone's definitely saying that. Like, oh. I think with the 3 of Swords in reverse, that's beautiful. The Page of Swords, yeah. Page of Swords in reverse. 6 of Swords, yes. I think that this kind of 3 of Swords in reverse energy of wanting to heal the heartbreak, there's a little bit of heartbreak coming from some people who really know you, only because if you're in this incredibly attractive energy, like being seen as like a crazy temptation, some people might kind of misconstrue that, or there might be some there could be consequences for that, especially if that's not really the image that you're trying to project or not who you really are. And so I definitely think that some people are just like really trying to say like, no, like pile 3 is actually really sweet, they're really kind, like. So I'll say this, pile 3, I think this is who you are. Both are who you are. I think that you understand you're a very attractive person. I think you like being very attractive. I think you like, being seen as kind of that girl or that guy, and you are seen that way. And I think it's very successful for you. I just think that, I think I get it. So I think that this is okay for you. Like, I actually don't think you mind that much that people are like, pile 3 is so hot, like, oh my gosh. I think you're okay with that. I think that that's something you're cultivating, and I think it's working really well for you. But I think that some of the people around you are maybe alarmed by how successful this image is being portrayed, and they might not know that this is something you're okay with. Some of you have such like I don't know, like what's inside really for you. I think you're a very complex person. And so I think, especially when you interact with people you're close to, or when you actually just interact one-to-one, you come off very, very sweet. Yeah, you just come off super sweet. And so people are almost kind of worried, like, oh my gosh, no, pile 3 is a sweetheart. Like, I don't want them to know that people are, like, talking about how sexy they are. But Knight of Swords, yeah, the 10 of Swords and the Judgment. Okay, so this is it, pile 3. So I think you get it. I think this makes sense. I think you're cool with it. You're like, yes, I'm very hot, and I like that people think I'm hot. I also see that people see a lot of, like, your actual, like, positive, like, qualities outside of that, too. So, like, very smart, very loving, very hardworking. So I'm like, I feel like you're like, okay, cool, I like this. But the people who are close to you, I definitely think they really put you on a high pedestal. Some people might even, like, infantilize you a little bit. And so they're like, they want to protect you. Oh, this is getting a little interesting. And, like, I'm trying to circle this back to, like, reputation. Because this is a reputation for people who are, like, kind of close to you. Is that you have all these very attractive qualities, but they're like, no, I know pile 3. Like, they're so sweet. Like, they would never want to be seen like that or something. It's almost kind of giving me, like, a little bit of a possessive energy. I'm not gonna lie. People might definitely get possessive over you. and be like, no, I don't want you to see my pile 3 like that. And so they like are kind of trying to correct the record, but I feel like you're kind of okay with however people see you as long as it's positive, you know what I mean? And for some of you, you definitely put work into how attractive and like positively you come off. So you're like, it's cool. Yeah, you're like, some of you are like, this is what I want. Like, some of you are definitely watching. I'm sorry. Somebody is watching this after they heard, you know, everybody thinks you're so hot. And they're like, hell yeah. Which is great. No, people see you as such a blessing. So I think they just wanted you to be aware that there are some people who, and I get the sense that for some of you, this might even be a little bit, not the full story of you. Some of you might be like sweet to people just, you know, because you like to be sweet to people. But this part of you is also inside you. And so you might even like be like, hey, like, you know, like it's cool. But for them, they're just like, no, I know pile 3. Like, they're innocent. They're so sweet. Like, they don't know how sexy they are. Like, they don't know. But I feel like you do know. And it makes you happy. And you should be happy because this is great energy. But just be aware that there are some people who are, like, stressed by this. I'm sorry. If any of you are curious about this energy, definitely look up, there's a video essay called Born Sexy Yesterday. I'm getting this really, really strong energy where there's some people around you, and this might not even be people you know too well, but they just feel like they know you so well now because you were like sweet. I think it's because the way that you interacted with them was so different from how they expected based on your reputation. Like they thought you would just be like this hot, sexy, like super confident, super cool, and you are. But then you would, like, talk to them, and you're like, hey, it's nice to meet you. Like, oh, yeah, like, hey. And they were like, oh, pile 3 has no idea how much people want to sleep with them. I can't believe this. Someone needs to protect them. Like, and so I think that there are a couple people who are kind of trying to, like, preserve your reputation in that way. But the funny thing is, I think this is kind of, I don't even think they realize it's kind of having the opposite effect. Where, like, it's also adding more to your allure. You know, that idea of, like, pile 3 is so hot, they're so sexy, and, like, they don't even know. Like, it's really giving... Pile 3, you are cracking me up. Your energy is awesome. Like, you're amazing. Like, you definitely... You're playing them. I'll say that, pile 3. You're playing them good. Like, but the nice thing is your energy itself, you're, like, not malicious in any way. I think that you just, for some of you, you might have always been this way, or you had some sort of glow up, or you've always just been naturally very enticing. And so you've learned to have fun with it. And you've learned that it can bring advantages in life. I think at the end of the day, you're still a very nice person. You know, you're cool to be, yeah, you're a nice person. You're fun to be around. You make people feel good. But at the same time, you're just really sexy. And you're like, you know what? That's just who I am. But, like, some people are, people are picking up on it really strongly. And I do just have to say, pile 3, if you're doing things as well to, like, increase your sex appeal, continue to do that. Because it's working. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. But if you're like, are people really, like, picking up what I'm putting down? Like, 1,000,000,000%. This was really wild energy. And people are definitely wondering, like, how much better is pile 3 even gonna get? Like, you got people shook up. You got the people riled up. But it's, like, in a really, really good way. I feel like, you know, there's not even really that much, like, negative energy, only because people, like, there's, like, a consensus. Like, I feel like if anybody is like, I don't think pile 3 is all that, like, everyone kind of looks at them sideways. Like, you're just a hater, like, immediately. So I feel like at this point, your reputation is simply just, like, that guy or, like, that girl, period. But I think that there's a couple people who are close to you who are like, don't objectify pile 3 like that. They don't even know. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Like, oh my gosh, it's really cute though. It's super cute. But these people also think you're mad sexy too. But they just kind of want to be different. And they want to be like, no, I know pile 3 better than you guys do. And I think that's what it is that these people want to feel like they know you better than, like, others. And that they're closer to you because you're, like, the hot topic. You're, like, the hot topic, pile 3, whatever the situation is. I'm shook. I'm shook. Page of Wands, I just said the hot topic. All eyes on you. So if this is the energy that you like vibrating in, continue to do what you're doing because it's working great. Yeah. And I feel like you're vibrating so high and you're really coming off so confident and attractive that if anybody does have problems with you, they just keep it to themselves. They keep their mouth shut. Like, for real. Oh my gosh, they keep their mouth shut. You definitely have some people who really come to bat for you. Whoa. Pile 3, we'll end with this because this is sending me. Oh my gosh, Pile 3. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what situation this is. This could be work, home, school, a hobby, online even. But there are people around you who like are like ready if someone's like trying to like say something about you or do something like towards you. There are people like ready to go to bat for you. But I feel like these people are picking up on your energy because it's super strong, it's super passionate, you're like very victorious. I'm just getting that there's a lot of people around you who are like, I dare somebody to say something about Pile 3, I'm ready. Like I will go ham on them for real. Wow. And I'm not at all surprised that this is the energy that came through because your pile was crazy, Pile 3, but crazy good. Wow. Keep up the good work. No notes for me. Just keep it up. Just know that this might be going on, but I feel like whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're working on, you know, and outside of your attractiveness and how great people see you, I see that your actual life and the things that you're actually working on are going to be coming forward really, really beautifully, and you're going to be manifesting some really, really, really beautiful things in your life. So yeah, keep it up. Keep up the hard work, and just know that if your image is kind of the image of like the baddest in the room, you're known as the baddest in the room. Period. Wow. So that's what I have for you, Pile 3. Amazing energy. Definitely claiming this energy too, because this is a lot. This is amazing. And that's what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me again today. Wonderful tapping into everybody's energy. Really, really great stuff. Everybody keep up the good work. I love you guys so much. Stay safe, stay blessed, and until I see you next time, God bless.